Good morning, NBA basketball fans. Man, these playoffs can't get any more unpredictable. The other day, me and Steve-O sat here and said that Miami was going to close out Boston in the fourth game. But we also said that because we said that Boston was most likely going to win the game. And that's what they did. So tonight, we got game 5 in Boston. Boston trying to put that pressure on Miami. We're going to talk about if they can get that win right after this.
Welcome to the #1 place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of NBA Central. I'm your boy Big Bro. We got Steve-O Speaks in the building. We got Big Haize in the building. We got C-Dub in the building. Appreciate you, gentlemen, for joining today's episode. Tonight, we got a huge game in Boston. No team has ever come back from a 0-3 deficit in the history of the playoffs. At least I know Boston's in the playoffs. No, in the playoffs, in the NBA playoffs, because in baseball, Boston did it one time. The Boston Red Sox did it.
Oh, Boston Red Sox.
So it would be poetic justice, serendipitous, if the Boston Celtics pull it off. You got two New England teams doing the impossible. That's not the right word.
No, I ain't heard that word in so long. Hey, congratulations.
Kev in the vocabulary is ridiculous.
What?
Like, I thought I'd be saying
doing
certain
that for
words.
years, bro.
I'd be saying certain words, and this motherfucker be like, God damn. But go ahead. I ain't mean to change.
Don't let us. I'm sorry. Yeah, we threw off the intro. Go ahead, brother.
No, it's all good. So listen, the other night, Miami and Boston locked horns, and Boston actually showed up for once. I wouldn't say for once. They had a couple of close games. But after getting killed in game 3, they finally showed up for game 4. And the leaders were the ones who showed up the most. Jason Tatum with 14 for 22 from the field. He hit 4 threes, Steve-O. I know you don't like to see him taking 9, 10 of them, but he hit 4 out of 9.
Nah, that's Braun I don't like.
And he damn near hit he damn near had a triple-double with 11 rebounds and 7 assists. And then the rest of the guys kind of helped him out. Grant Williams with double figures, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Derek White, Marcus Smart. That's really what helped them get this win. They shot 50%, above 50% from the field, and about 40% from 3, in which they surprisingly been struggling from the 3-point line all series, except for in game 4. So let's talk about tonight's matchup, man. Does Boston have what it takes to not steal one at home? It feel like they got to steal it at home, right? Because they've been losing at home all playoffs.
Yeah. Who you want to go? You want me to go?
Anybody.
Let me ask you one question. How many 3-pointers did the Boston Celtics hit yesterday?
They hit 14, if I'm not mistaken. They hit 18. 18 to 45.
Okay, now, of course, the Boston Celtics can go in Miami and win a game 5. They can go and do it.
They're home. They're in Boston.
Home.
I mean, yeah, they can go home and win. Even though they've been a terrible team at home all playoffs, they could definitely got the talent to go in there and steal a game 5. But I just don't trust it. Have you seen Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown looks injured to me. His jump shot. You see the free throws?
Something ain't right.
Free throws I've seen all playoffs. Like he damn near airball both of them.
Well, honestly, his production in the Eastern Conference Finals versus the playoffs, he's dropped off about like 8 points per game. His 3-pointing has fallen all the way off a cliff to the point where it's damn near non-existent.
And I definitely forgot he hurt his hand. I forget. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, he's not even moving with the intensity, with the swag that he had last year. But other than that, they could. But I think that Miami played a poor game last game. They turned the ball over too much. They wasn't hitting from 3. Jimmy Butler, he didn't play particularly well at all.
He was missing layups.
He was missing layups as well. He was getting a shot blocked by Grant Williams. I'm gonna just say you're gonna get the best from Miami Heat, and I'm not sure.
Did we get an injury? Is Gabe Vincent? It was Max. It was
Gabe. It was just a little tweak ankle.
It was just a little tweak ankle.
I think he's gonna be good to go.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be good to go. I think they're gonna get the best game from the Miami Heat this game, because they do not want to go into a game 6 against the Boston Celtics. That's why you're gonna get the very best from Miami, and I'm just going with Miami this game, bro.
So you got Miami winning tonight in the game 4 for Miami, and they were at home now. These guys hit, I think, 8 for 32 from 3. They only had 15 turnovers, so that's not too bad. And even though Jimmy Butler struggled, he did have 29 points. It's just that nobody else really showed up. Bam Adebayo only had 10 points. Gabe Vincent was the only starter outside of Jimmy that kind of played effectively, and then Caleb Martin came off the bench with 16 strong points, and they really just fell apart in the second half. So, Steve-O, how you feeling about tonight's game? You think Miami got what it takes to take a third straight game in Boston?
Miami?
Yeah.
I don't know no more. I just don't know no more. Like every time I predict something, it go left. So at this point, I really don't know. Like I said in the previous one, the talent on both teams are there. Like, to be honest, it shouldn't even be 3-0 right now or 3-1 right now. So it's definitely possible. It's going to be difficult, but I just don't expect them. They haven't shown me any reason besides this last game. And then now that I'm realizing what's going on with Jaylen, I don't believe so. I just don't believe so. Miami made 8 threes last game. That's not going to happen again.
Can I ask you a question, Steve-O? Was it more on Boston? Was they back against the wall? They didn't want to get embarrassed by getting swept watching LeBron James? That's like their last fight.
I feel like it was a mixture between that and literally Miami played their worst game in the playoffs.
Yes.
And Boston played their best defensive game that they in this series, at least, with block shots, boxing out, getting rebounds, making Miami work for every shot, contesting shots at the rim. So, speaking of the Caleb Martin injury, Haize, it's rumored that we might see Tyler Hero in this series. If not in Game 5, we might see him in Game 6 or Game 7.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the cast is off. You see him on the sideline. What he had on a whole purple jumpsuit the other day. It was
like Beetlejuice.
Looking like the original Joker out
looking there. Like Prince in the Super Bowl.
That's wild. Wow. How did we get here? Here's what I'll say though. I have no faith that Tyler Hero is going to return. I know he just got the cast off, but to me, that's a bit. I mean, hey, if he is, shout out to him. But I am, just for the interest of me in this series and wanting to see the series be as interesting as possible, I think Boston's going to pull it out at home. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to have to come in and be locked in specifically defensively. I think Tatum can give them enough offensively, even if Jaylen Brown still decides to not show up for this. Has Jaylen Brown played any of this series? Can the real Jaylen Brown please stand up?
Yes,
I ain't seen him. I ain't seen him. But defensively, if this team can lock in defensively, they can win at home against the Miami Heat. It's not going to be easy, but I think that they can pull out this one last game. This is the last one I see them winning.
Hey, Haize, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
If the Boston Celtics actually win this Game 5, doesn't that turn the pressure completely around to Miami? They cannot go to a Game 7.
I would say, yeah, it puts the pressure on them, especially at home, because Game 7 would be in Boston, right?
Yes.
Am I not mistaken?
Yep.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely think if Boston wins tonight, they have to close them out at home in Miami. You do not want to give the team, the crowd, anyone, any ammunition in Boston to try to close out in Boston in a Game 7. You do not want to do that. And because of that, like I said, I'll give Boston this game. I think they're going to come in with energy. I think they are going to come in just not realizing what they don't realize, so to say, like the unknown unknowns. But I think other than that, though, Miami and Jimmy, I don't think Jimmy Butler's going to let them lose Game 6 at home in Miami. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. I need them to get up out of here. I'm trying to see Game 7 in the finals, and if we keep going, hey, them are gonna get them out of here. So I'm trying to hurry up and see this, wrap it up. Tatum, y'all let me down. Brian, you let me down. Let's move this on, wrap it on up. Work on your game, and let's try this again next year.
I mean, if Boston wins this game tonight, we're talking about all of the pressure switching over. I mean, obviously, some of the pressure will still be on Boston. You're talking about, but the majority share of that pressure is going to shift to Miami because they know.
I ain't gonna lie, Kel, bro. I don't see the pressure. I'm sorry. They got Eric Spoelstra out there. I'm fully confident.
It's
in Game 7. I'm fully confident.
it's inevitable that
I
the
don't know.
pressure. I'm talking about Game 6, so we're talking about Game 5 tonight.
Game 6 and Game 7. I don't. But
that's-
you know who I don't trust? Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's my
absolutely.
biggest worry.
I'll say this: Joe Mazzulla and his coaching staff, they're definitely giving epic. I'm talking about Braveheart type speeches to their team.
Oh, bro,
right now, because they're riding the wave of possibly making history. And it's just one game at a time. This team started off 21-6 for the season, so we know that they're capable of stringing together wins. And although it's 150-0 for the teams that have been up 3-0 in the finals, the way I feel is that there's a chance if Miami wins this game tonight, there's a big chance that we're going to get. I mean, if Boston wins this game tonight, there's a big chance that we'll be seeing a Game 7. However, I don't know tonight, bro. I just don't know. I'm gonna give Boston the edge because I'm right there on the same page with you, Haize. I felt like this was going to be a situation where Boston wins tonight and then Miami closes it out in 6 because just like everybody else knows, Game 7 is too much of a 50-50. And we saw what happened last time Boston had a Game 7 in Boston. They destroyed Philly. They made Philly look like they weren't even in the series by the time they was done with them in Game 7. But I'm giving Boston the game tonight.
I'm gonna say this though. I see what you guys saying, but in Game 6, if Boston gets into a Game 6, they got no pressure, bro. All the talk is going to be about Miami Heat.
Yeah,
I mean, y'all can blow this. Y'all better not lose this game. All of that works.
Yeah.
So the pressure gonna be on Miami Heat, bro. All of it.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Even with Spoelstra, like those players that look, you get alligator arms. That free throw is super pressure packed. This layup, that pass across the lane, like all of that stuff becomes a game of inches, centimeters, as it were, because every possession counts. The later you get into a series, so Miami better do everything they can to win tonight because that pressure gonna keep on mounting with every game that Boston wins.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, it once that conversation starts, and if they let that start trickling in the head of, hey, you about to choke this, it may be over with by then. So,
yeah.
And all I know is Smart and Brown been talking crazy, so you better live up to it. Y'all said y'all better not let us give them one. Y'all got y'all one. So y'all better take that one all the way to the promised land like Moses.
Hey, but it's still on Tatum. This is still Jason. He made it almost. He just made a couple of mistakes, and then Josh had to take over. But at the end of the day, man, this is going to be a great game tonight. It's good for NBA basketball to not have to sit and wait a whole week just sitting on our hands waiting for the finals to start. At least we got something to pay attention to and something to talk about. And I know Denver wants this to go 7 games regardless. They don't care who they play.
Yeah,
they don't care.
I would think keep playing. You will keep a rhythm. If it goes to a Game 7, I wouldn't discount that team that went through the Game 7 going into Denver. Because you got that rhythm.
You just watch Boston lose Game 1 and 2.
I will agree with you, C-Dub. They just wasn't going into Denver.
Oh yeah. You're right. And
that's the one thing about they do it to every team. They did it with the Lakers. They did it with Phoenix. They drag you into the water until you can't swim no more.
Look, you out there. He's like you can't breathe.
We used to this. When that bud say timeout, I'm just telling you. Next time you see the first timeout when they in Denver, you just look at their chest. They be in them.
Bro,
the air getting real thin, ain't it? Bro?
Oh, bro,
real thin.
You hear Jamal Murray walking down. You feel that? It's getting tight up.
And that's one thing that, honestly, I don't think we talk enough about, especially in the playoff series, right? Is that Denver playing in Denver, practicing in Denver, getting their like in that thin air. Maybe that is why we're seeing them just outlast teams in these series.
And it's their tempo. They got a high tempo on top of that.
Oh yeah.
It's damn near like fighting Goku after he jumped out the hyperbolic chamber.
Bro, listen, if Goku came out the hyperbolic chamber on me, I'm like, you got it, bro. Like, I don't even know why they still try to fight Goku after that. Like, exactly. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, doesn't that make Joker that much good to play in that type of environment? 42 games out the season.
That's what I do. It was a problem. That's what I do. It was a problem. It really started the first games of Phoenix when I'm sitting here like, y'all got this big sloppy mug. He outrunning all y'all.
Yes. Yeah, he run
Y'all
like he got
don't.
double D's for sure.
With triple doubles every night. What, wait, what?
Average. Whoa.
What?
He run like he got double
Hey,
D's.
hey,
Triple D's.
he slid that one in there real
Boy,
quick
that was
on
a
us, bro.
Peyton Manning dot.
My brain was on the second sentence I was about to say before I thought about what he just said. Boy.
I had to finish what I said. I said double D's.
Hey, shout out to C-Dub for sliding that one in there, bro. That was funny.
That was a dot.
All right, man. So before we wrap it up, Haize, you going with Boston tonight. I'm going with Boston. Steve-O and C-Dub got Miami closing it out in Game 5. We're going to see what happens. And then, of course, look for us on the post-game after the game tonight. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us right here on NBA Central. And don't forget to follow all the other Central families, Chicago Sky, Chicago Bulls, Chicago Bears Central. And then we got the Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. And then the Cognac Game, Shy Bulls Podcast with C-Dub and Bobby. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We're going to holler at y'all later. Don't forget to comment who y'all think going to win the game tonight. Y'all don't do that enough.
No, bro, we want to hear
who y'all think going to win.
Let's go. Martin going to be a
appreciate
good
you
player.
guys.
My goodness.
Mr. Undrafted King. Peace, y'all.
That's going to be though.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.